Okay, looks like Derek has engaged the broadcast. He's got that gleam in his eye. He's glancing back and forth between his 7 monitors, assessing the situation. So that means we are close to going live on our broadcast here.
I think we're already live.
Oh, are we live? Okay. Okay, so we are live here at the BDR World Headquarters in Seattle, Washington. He's jumping up and down with excitement, so I think we are ready to get moving. So for all of you watching tonight, Ina did my hair and makeup, so if you think she did a good job, please put it in the chat in the comments field.
Well, I wouldn't let you do my makeup. No. I went to the pros tonight. I hope you guys can all appreciate that.
Your forehead is glistening less than it normally does, so I think they nailed it.
Oh, thank God.
So what are we going to do tonight? Let people join? Okay. So yeah, please grab yourself a nice cold beverage or a warm beverage if you're a tea drinker like Ina. Get your comfiest chair. We're going to be going for what, an hour and a half, 2 hours?
Couple hours.
Couple hours. We'll wrap it up when everybody stops having fun. So just grab a seat, grab a beverage, grab a snack, and we're going to do some fun.
Yeah. Who do we have in the back there? Some committed BDR staff members.
Yeah, we've got the dream team behind the control panels here. And who's in the chat room? Do we have any of our luminaries or board members? Or
Slow Eddie says that your makeup looks wonderful.
Thank you, Eddie.
Slapped your People's Choice Award.
Yes.
Oh, really? Slow Eddie is back. Good. Well,
is the cat next to Eddie watching the broadcast?
Glad we've got some repeat offenders. Is Jocelyn Snow in the
no,
chat room, or is she off riding in Colombia?
She's in Colombia, I think. Yeah.
I know. She's been riding a ton. So Tim James is in the house. Okay, good. Well, the control room is walking back and forth quickly, so I think that means we're ready to get this thing kicked off. Okay, DR says go, Ina.
It's go time. Well, it's greetings to the BDR community, and we thank you for tuning in tonight. We welcome you to the 2022 BDR Keep It 100 Film Festival. I'm Ina Thorne, and this is Paul Gillian, and we're here at the BDR headquarters, broadcasting live from Seattle, Washington.
Yeah, we're here tonight continuing in our annual tradition of celebrating the BDR community. We're here to raise funds for our mission, which is to create and preserve riding opportunities for adventure riders. And tonight there's going to be a few different parts to our program, and we're going to look forward to a really fun evening with all of you.
So first, the BDR Keep It 100 Film Festival. This film festival is in its 3rd year, so it has become our annual tradition. And we invite the BDR community to submit their 100-second films to the film festival, the best of which we will be showing you tonight. And you will have a chance to vote for your favorite film for the People's Choice Award.
We also have 4 new short films from established adventure motorcycle filmmakers that we're going to show at the end of the evening. So that's what we have in store for the film portion of the night.
Tonight, we also have a fundraising component to our festival. And the proceeds will support the mission of the BDR nonprofit. As you may know, the special BDR edition Noren 901 bike sweepstakes is happening right now, and we'll be drawing the winner of this impressive BDR bike on January 20th. So we have a great incentive for you to donate tonight. Only tonight, if you buy 5 or more tickets for the bike sweepstakes, you will also receive this commemorative t-shirt along with your chances to win this amazing bike.
That is a cool looking shirt. I wish I was eligible to enter to win. So for those of you that aren't a BDR board member, you can go to ridebdr.com/100 and click the red donate button, or you can go to the bike sweepstakes page, which is winnorden901.com, and enter to win with a donation of $100 or more. At checkout, you're going to be asked to provide your t-shirt size and your shipping address. And that's so that we can mail you your t-shirt by November 15th.
Yep. So this offer is only available through noon tomorrow. So thank you so much for your support.
So Ina, filmmaking has been a big part of the BDR story since the very beginning. Films do a couple of things. They help us show the beautiful landscapes that are out there. They help showcase the interesting people and places that we experience when we're out riding BDR. And most importantly, it inspires other riders to get out there and have a BDR adventure of their own. So through this film festival, we want to give you, the community, a chance to share your riding experiences and become a BDR filmmaker.
Yeah, so let's get in the mood with some BDR action. Our media partners, ADVMoto Magazine, Upshift Online, and ADV Pulse, as well as our longtime filmmaker, Sterling Noren, served as our judging panel. They have reviewed the submissions and chose the winning film, which we will play later in the broadcast.
But right now, we want you, the community, to make your selection for the People's Choice Award. So we're going to show you 4 films that were at the very top of our judges list. And after watching the films, you can vote on your favorite one by going to ridebdr.com/100 and simply like your favorite film. The film with the most likes will be the People's Choice winner, and we will reveal that later this evening. But for now, go vote. The voting will close at 6 p.m. Seattle Pacific time, sharp.
Mm-hmm. So now, without further ado, we'd like to introduce our first film by Kirsten van Aldervelt.
Nailed it.
I did?
That's a beautiful name. We're not sure exactly how to pronounce it, but the film is good. Let's take a look.
It's one of my favorites.
We ride for a lot of reasons. A sense of adventure, a chance to get away, a challenge of our skills and abilities, for a sense of community, connection, and an experience that can only be found out there, on the trail, deep in the mountains, or in a moment of adversity. A shared experience is a full experience. There's nothing quite like a BDR to share your adventure.
Did it.
We made it, man.
Oh, man. I love that. Ina, I think that's got to be the first time I've seen someone do trail side adjustments on their motorcycle with a full-length shovel. I'm going to have to find out how he carries that thing with him on the motorcycle. But seriously, though, I loved seeing all those highlights from Washington. That was our first film, special place in our heart. That's where the BDR headquarters is from. And I just really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I love the narrative of that film and him talking about making BDR adventure, why BDR adventures are such a special part of our lives. It was nice to see them overcome adversity like flat tires and dropping bikes. Also, I thought the music was spot on.
Yeah, great score on that one.
Yeah.
Okay, the next film we're going to show is by a group that goes by the name Moto Photo Adventures, and their film is about their experience riding the Mid-Atlantic BDR.
Bander!
The road climbs up, following the ridges. We climb with it. Beyond the danger, vistas flicker between the trees. We ride. Through the green cathedrals that embrace us, the crunch of gravel laughs, and the sun paints warm smiles. So we ride.
Let's head outside and take a motorcycle ride across the beautiful countryside.
Off the mountain and into the valley, we ride.
can chase the sunrise right until we meet the veil of night. All right.
Rivers ride beside us. Watercolor blurs ride by us. We twist the throttle. We become the corner. Up the next ridge to do it all again. We ride. Why do we seek the less traveled road? Why do we anticipate the surprise?
Moto Photo Adventures is on the road.
Freedom is living a moment that may be. Adventure is finding it.
So this film had original music, which I think is the festival's first. So they definitely scored some points for the music score. And of course, the commentary, I thought, made it so much more engaging and interesting. And yeah, to me, it just had a really nice flow.
Would you say it had mad flow?
Mad flow, sure.
Yeah, it was great. I thought they did an exceptional job with the drone. Really nice camera shots. Very high level of production. It's really cool that each year we're getting films that seem to step it up over prior years. So I can see why this was a top choice by the judges. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Well, we're on to our third film, and this one is by Barak, Naggan, and Putch, and it's about women riding the Wyoming BDR.
Wyoming women, take it away.
I'm Carrie McDowell Schrader from Eagle, Colorado.
Karen Prescott. I'm from Dillon, Colorado.
I'm Pat Jakes, and I spent the last week riding the brand new Wyoming Backcountry Discovery Route with 3 of my friends. I love the fact that I was able to do this ride with other women. There was so much excitement in the fact that we had done this ride ourselves.
I am Kathy Gallagher. I am 58 years old, and I just finished my first BDR. It feels amazing to spend a week with some really fun, badass, supportive women. The shared experience of riding together is special. Every beautiful scene, every challenge, the 4 of us will share that forever. But it's also really cool that we can relive that with other people who've ridden the BDR, and we have that common shared experience. I think that is the magic of the BDR.
I love that film. And Wyoming is our latest route, and it's really nice to see, familiar roads and scenery that we've experienced last year. Also, always great to see women overcoming challenges and doing these amazing adventures together.
Seems like just yesterday that you and I were out there with the film crew cruising along the Beaver Rim there, and that meandering 2-track. It's one of the highlights of all of the BDRs that I've ever ridden. What sort of struck me on this is some of the bikes were smaller, some of the sort of dirt bikes, some KTMs out there. And in certain cases, a smaller bike is the right choice. Ina and I sometimes get in fights out on the trail when I refer to her small bike as a cheater bike out there. But, she's smart. She rides the appropriate sized motorcycle for the route and for the trip that she wants to have. Plus, I carry some of her gear, so it makes it work. But seriously, though, they had a very tight edit, a lot of good shots. They told a much bigger story in a really short film, so I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, every year we get dozens of really great films, and we try to narrow them down with our celebrity judges. And what really sets some films apart is the story and how they tell the story, whether it's through a great edit or through some thoughtful, interesting narrative. So I definitely, those of you who are preparing to do a film for next year's film festival, think about telling that story and not just giving us great footage.
It's all about the story.
Yeah.
Okay, the next film is by a gentleman by the name of Kyle Naggan, and this film is called Pint-Size Adventures. And for those of you that think that name sounds a little bit familiar, it's because Kyle is a returning filmmaker. He was one of the finalists from last year, so he is entered again with a really good film. Let's see if it's a winner. Take it away, Kyle.
Can you buckle it? More time.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Well, here we go.
A cloud! A storm cloud!
Kind of looks like a storm, huh?
What if there is a storm?
Well, I guess we're going to get wet.
Nothing can stop us?
Nothing can stop us. We're going into those mountains.
Those?
Yep, right there.
Those are so cool. It looks like it's clearing up a little bit. On the road again. On the road again. Come on, sing with me.
On the road again.
On the road again.
Seeing places I ain't never been.
Places I have never been.
Woo-hoo.
Have you ever had a road to yourself?
Yep.
When?
A lot of times on BDR.
What's that?
That's what we're on. Backcountry discovery routes. Nice to have a road to yourself, huh?
Yeah.
What was the most fun part to you?
Doing a wheelie.
You did a wheelie?
I told you not to tell.
Wow. Gabby, that one of the things I miss the most about having small children is these funny things that they say, or their interesting, unique perspectives. And she really captured the essence of the BDR in a way that I don't think I've ever heard, but that they have the road all to themselves, or the special place all to yourselves. I mean, that really is what the BDR is all about. I've never thought about it, but leave it to a kid to just distill down that little nugget of wisdom. But what a great film. So cool seeing a kid share this through their fresh eyes, their perspective on, not only motorcycling, but the BDR experience. I loved it.
Yeah, that was such a cute film. Made me think about taking my kids on the BDR.
Yeah.
Well, now that we've seen all 4 films, go to ridebdr.com/100 and vote for your favorite film by liking it. The voting will end at 6 p.m. tonight, Pacific time. And while you're on that page, click the red donate button so you can help tonight's fundraising drive and increase your chances of winning our special edition Noren 901. By purchasing $100 or more worth of tickets, you will receive a limited edition BDR shirt to commemorate your support and participation tonight.
Next up, we're excited to introduce the winner of the BDR Film Festival. This is a film by Landon Bishop. It was shot on multiple BDRs. Let's take a look.
For lack of a better phrase, I think it's safe to say that the BDR has literally changed my life. Last year, I did my first BDR. At the time, I didn't even know anyone who knew what a BDR was, or even anyone who owned an adventure motorcycle. I made the decision to do the Arizona BDR, and I went alone. It was a free GPX file and a proven and tested route that gave me the confidence to take that leap of faith and go by myself. I saw beautiful things. After Arizona, I convinced 3 friends to buy bikes and do Utah with me. We had a trip of a lifetime. In September, my buddy Nathan bought his first motorcycle, and we did Idaho. His first BDR, and my last to have crossed all of the United States. The BDR gave me a self-confidence and proof that I can do hard things alone, and also a joy of introducing my friends to beautiful adventures. I am currently heading south to spend 4 months in Mexico on my motorcycle traveling, all thanks to my new self-confidence that I have in myself, that I can do things alone, and to just believe in myself. So thanks, BDR.
Wow,
that was amazing.
Man, Landon, you hit it out of the park on this. What a phenomenal job. You know, this really is cool because, you know, the very beginning days of the BDR, we would have people come in and they'd seen one of the films, they got inspired, and they went out and bought the bike and did the thing and got their friends into it. And that he captured the essence of that. It's still happening. People are still coming into the content, learning about BDR, riding it, getting inspired, talking their friends into taking a vacation, buying the motorcycle. I mean, how many motorcycles got purchased just in this little short film? So it was really cool to see how inspiring the BDR still is. And man, he just really put it together. And we've got this guy who's out there living the dream and spending more time on a motorcycle than we get to. And it made me jealous.
I'm a little jealous too. Well, we actually do have a short acceptance video from Landon. So let's take a look.
Awesome.
Hey guys, just wanted to hop on real quick and just say thank you to everybody who's made this film festival possible, and to the BDR organization for all that they do. I'm pretty humbled that mine was selected to kind of be showcased, and yeah, I'm grateful for just being able to even go and enjoy these trips that the BDR has organized for all of us. So excited to see everyone else's submissions, and hopefully see you guys on the trail one of these days. So thank you guys. Cheers. Stay safe. We'll see you.
Again, this was an outstanding job by Landon. A great film. He got the highest score from our judging panel, and he will be rewarded for his work with a generous prize from our sponsors. Landon will receive a $1,000 gift card from Revit, a Touratech Aventura Carbon 2 helmet, a set of Moto's tires, a bike-specific Cruise Tools kit for his adventure motorcycle, and a gold BDR supporter package.
That's a lot of stuff for a 100-second film. So for those of you that are sitting at home thinking about whether you should throw your hat in the ring for next year, that's a pretty sweet prize package. It's a lot of fun making these things. So I hope people get inspired and are thinking already about next year's film festival. So now that we are through that, let's transition to the next part of our evening, and let's feature some works from BDR's favorite filmmakers. These are some people that have experience making films. Some of them are full-on professionals. Other ones are just passionate about making films. So first up, we're going to feature a short film by Kirsten Midura titled Game On. And this was filmed on the Washington BDR. And behind the cameras on this one were our good friends and BDR ambassadors and part of the family, Nathan and Kris Fant.
So we're riding the Washington backcountry discovery route. It goes from Stevenson all the way up to Nighthawk at the Canadian border.
I've never done the Washington BDR before.
Really? This is your first time?
This is my first time.
You are in for a treat.
I know. I'm Amy Garrison. I have been riding motorcycles my entire life. Well, when I was about 4, I started, so a long time. My day-to-day life, I never really stop. I think one of the things that motorcycling has done is pulled me from that element of busy, 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 and pulled me out to just kind of take a moment and, you know, refresh. The moment my wheels leave the pavement and I hit the gravel, it's like smile on, and the smile doesn't leave until whenever.
I'm Tim. I'm on a Tiger 800 right now. I've been riding for about 10 years or so, but I've had all kinds of bikes. But I got into adventure riding after I moved to the Pacific Northwest, and it's like nothing else. For me, my day-to-days, it's kind of mundane and not a whole lot happens throughout the week, and then the weekend comes and it's like turning the stereo up.
Yeah.
And it's party time. You get on the bike, you go flying through the woods way faster than you should, just with a smile on your face the whole way. But it fulfills that same sort of spiritual, emotional need for me.
Yeah, we planned to go farther and we wanted to do more, but we picked the hottest weekend of the century. I might be exaggerating. But yeah, it's triple digits. How you doing?
That's it.
That's it? The water's gone?
Done.
Good thing we're at a lake.
Got a really nice spot here.
I feel like I can do 30 more miles. How about you?
Sounds about right.
Already dead.
I know I smell better now.
Today, we're headed to Bethel Ridge.
Oh boy.
I've never been to before.
The views up there are stunning.
Yeah, it's up high. So it'll be cooler up there.
Fingers crossed.
I'm going to stop in the shade because I don't want to be behind trucks.
They're going to let us pass, I'm sure.
Thanks.
Should.
What happened? Is that Tim? That's Tim! What the fuck happened?
We were coming up pretty much the first part of section 2 here, coming up to Bethel Ridge. I think we're maybe only half a mile from the top. And there was a group of overlanders coming up the road ahead of us, and they waved us by. And so I passed them and ended up on the ground somehow.
He's okay. I rode by and saw him in the ditch, and yeah, not a fun feeling coming up to your friend whose bike is upside down and they're in the ditch. So I might cry.
You're gonna cry.
I'm the one who crashed. My front brake line got tangled in my front wheel.
No brakes. Wow, yeah, no way.
Because my front fender broke.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yep, I can help get you out of here for sure, man. I don't want to put you guys out, and you were just going right there, so if you want to go take some pictures, I mean, we'll take a few pictures.
I need a minute anyway.
I was gonna say, you need to
that's
calm
fine.
down. Like,
Thank you guys so much.
we got water, food, whatever.
Very nice gentlemen. Actually, the guys we just passed, they very generously offered to give us a ride, or give me a ride back to the bottom with my broken bike.
Do you have a ramp?
I don't.
All right. Well, we will figure something out.
I'm disappointed that this is the end of the trip for me. Disappointed that it ended in this way, but at least I'm okay. My pride doesn't hurt, which is weird. I guess I've broken that crashing so many times before. No, I'm good. I'm okay.
Safety kicker.
That ain't going anywhere.
Tim does not wreck very often. Like, he's such a solid rider. It's a bummer that our trip has come to a abrupt stop, but it's good that we're hauling a bike out and not a body out, so it's perspective, you know? This is the stuff that happens. You can't make this stuff up.
I think there's something about, having an intense experience together that just makes people bond in a different way. You'll always have that memory together. It's, I don't know, it's kind of hard to put into words, but there's just something about it. It's magic.
Okay, well, what a fantastic film. While we were watching that, the control room and us were in a deep debate about what caused that crash. Was it the brake line that caused the crash, or was that just a result of the crash? So hopefully there will be a sequel to this where we can get to the bottom of that and explore all of the conspiracy theories on what caused that crash. But seriously, though, this is Washington. That's where it all started with our very first film. And I can't help but have this interesting feeling that, now 12 years later, other people are out there making the films to showcase Washington, to tell their story of adventure on a BDR. And it's just really kind of cool that back in the beginning, we were trying to inspire a few people to go out and ride this route. Now we have this really big community who's riding all of the routes, and they're not only riding them, but they're making films to share. And it's cool seeing their little unique take on it, their style and the flavor and the adversity and things that they get over.
Some great shots in there, really creative shots. It really stood out to me.
Yep. I loved that old steel bridge. I mean, I haven't been across that bridge since we did it in 2010, but it is just magnificent. I remember that feeling coming into Washington, starting something, not sure what was going to happen, but being really excited about it. And I can still see those towering white volcanoes that just pop right out of the lush green forest. And you just don't see that in too many places.
No.
I mean, in America, it's actually pretty rare where that really defines the first couple of days of the Washington BDR. And I have not been back to re-ride that section really. So it really brought me back. Big crash, tough one on this one. Fortunately, the bike left the project, but the guy was still in reasonably good shape. So that's nice to see. We've all experienced crashes on BDRs, or many of us have, and it's quite the bonding experience getting someone through that.
I know. Well, I know something about crashing on the BDRs. I might have titled this film "Game Over," but seriously, glad Tim was okay. He had a great attitude. So yeah, really nice short film.
Okay, so the conspiracy theorists in the control room were right. We've got someone whispered into our ear that it was a front fender failure that did cause that crash. And I was wondering if the control room was right on that, because when you're watching the footage, it just kind of randomly happens. It doesn't look like it was something caused by the terrain. So that's interesting. But, mechanical failures sometimes can rear their heads and cause accidents.
Yeah. Well, great first film in our featured series. And the next film is called Mind, Body, and Soul. And it's a story from an all-women's ride on the Colorado BDR. This one is really emotional for me, so I hope you will find it just as interesting and emotional as myself.
Bye, I'll see you in a week.
There comes a time in many women's lives when they begin to put themselves first. They seek their own growth, their own journey, their own adventures. 20 women aged 45 plus who feel overlooked in today's youth-driven society go on a motorcycle adventure as a means of embracing this time of their lives and seeking self-discovery, and are reminded of the truth of who they are. These are their stories.
My name is Kelly Roberts, and I have a wonderful boyfriend and 2 daughters and a grandson. I'm kind of an integrative, intuitive therapist. I do massage work and therapy, bringing people's mind, bodies, and souls together and healing. I love to ride horses. I'm super active When I met my boyfriend, we decided to do backcountry dirt riding, and I really felt like I couldn't do it. I just didn't feel like I had the skills, and I was nervous every time I got on the bike. I feel like a lot of times, especially women, we tend to stay in our comfort zones, and especially as we get older, we have that voice that says, I'm too old to do something. And so we stay where we feel comfortable, and we don't push ourselves anymore.
Eyes up, eyes up, eyes up, eyes up, eyes up. Look where she's looking. Nice.
Sometimes if I'm not feeling confident on really rough terrain, I'll find myself way up in my head. What are you doing out here? Are you crazy? You're in your 50s, you could get hurt or killed doing this. And we find that in our lives, I think all the time. We have voices in our head that come in and talk, and that's a lot of the work that I try to do with people, is that we're not the voices in our head. And that's where, when I find, if I connect in with my breath and come back down into my body, that I'm absolutely capable. The bike that I have will take me over anything. It's almost a Zen exercise every time I go out and ride. And what I've really found so exciting is it's helping to build new neural pathways. I'm stimulating my body and my mind all the time as I'm growing older and being in my 50s. You know, putting my body under a stress load, which at the same time is helping me keep brain cells and muscle memory cells growing and connecting. And I think for confidence building and having these cool experiences, motorcycle riding on dirt is a way to do it for sure.
This shit's fun! This shit's fun!
So the emphasis on youth and beauty and younger people getting to have all the fun, and as we age and get older, we tend to kind of fade. I try not to keep my focus on things like that. I'm more of what can I keep doing for myself, because I want to stay young. I want to stay a young grandmother for my grandson, and for my kids to be able to do fun and exciting things. It doesn't matter what other people think. I just lost my horse a couple days ago, and I almost was going to bail on this, and timing worked out, and I said goodbye to him just a couple days ago. I did have a voice in my head that talked to me about just cancel the trip, don't go. But with his parting, I feel like part of his spirit is with me on this ride, and so I'll stay connected to his spirit, because he had a lot of confidence and heart, and he brought a lot of that to me while I knew him.
The thing that wigs people out about water crossings is the unknown. They have no idea what to expect. So what you do...
I think it's my mind that got more to me in the middle of it. As soon as my tire got caught and I looked down, and it's such a lesson, as in life also. You gotta keep your eyes up and keep looking forward. But it was fun, and it was great having a group of women who were all supporting me.
Yesterday for me was challenging, and it left me in a really emotional place today. I really got this feeling that I had to dig deep, because part of me wanted to just quit and say, like, I'm too slow for this group, I'm not good enough, that kind of the negative self-talk that we all have from time to time. And when I get past that point, there's like so much more on the other side of it, because today's been really liberating for me. I woke up this morning with so much gratitude for my family, for my amazing kids. I was texting my youngest daughter, who's living her passion and her dream, and my older daughter's an amazing mom, and I have a stepdaughter who's absolutely incredible and supporting me on this too. And I just remember that everything is around me all the time to support me. So when I was riding down the trail today, it was just a totally different experience than yesterday for me. It's just a reminder for me that sometimes life can be really difficult, and we hit the rocks and the bumps, and sometimes we fall down in the mud. And I got to get back up again and keep moving forward and keeping my chin up, my heart open, and my eye on where I'm going. I've felt the presence of my horse a lot on this. In fact, I think I'm going to call my bike Benny, because his name was Ben. And he keeps coming up as I'm riding, and
I haven't really had a chance to process losing him. And he's an inspiration for me because when I adopted him, he was 150 pounds underweight and someone had abused him, and he got so strong and he was so courageous until his last breath. And he's been reminding me the whole time that no matter what happens in your past, no matter what goes on, life supports you and you find your way to where I am now. And I'm grateful to be with this pack of wonderful women who are challenging me, encouraging me, helping me, you know, keeping me moving. And it's a huge help. I have a wolf tattoo on my back, and I tend to feel a lot of times like the lone wolf. I hang back in groups, and I feel like I've found my pack of wolves. Just the heartfelt connection and the strength and courage and tenacity and perseverance. It just kind of sweeps you along. Every single one of them I feel connected to, and that's different for me. I think falling in the water yesterday and slipping in the mud, it's like, it just happened and it was fun. And you know, next day it's like you get the mud off yourself, you pick yourself up and you move on. And gosh, you look around at all this beauty and all the opportunities that are in front of us, and gosh, how can you just not keep moving forward? That's what I feel my heart is calling for me, to just keep moving forward.
Oh, not without you. You guys are so good. A year ago, I hated rocks. A year later, I love them.
For any woman who is wondering, you know, I'm too old to learn something new like this, or learning to ride a motorcycle is way too dangerous, I would tell those women that it's never too late to take on something that you're not so sure about, that you don't feel confident that you can do. It's exhilarating and feels so empowering. And that's what I hope to inspire for other people, is that, especially women, that you can do this. And it's fun, and it's sometimes scary, but you'll learn more about yourself and you'll become more confident and empowered by doing it.
Wow, I got teary-eyed watching it. You know, for me, BDRs have always been this journey of self-discovery, kind of like a hero's journey. And it's great to see women pushing themselves, overcoming challenges, doing things that scare them, you know, growing as riders, as human beings. I really feel that film.
It was a good film. And I always like a film that has a horse in it, because that was the original adventure vehicle, was the horseback adventures. Well, this was another wonderful project from Jacques of ADV Woman, who's inspired a lot of women to ride. And we've learned a lot from her over the years. One of the things I just learned from her tonight is that she actually had a film in our featured longer format section. And she also had a film that was just voted on by our panel of judges and made it into the finalists. So that is something you all should remember, is that when you're thinking about putting something together for next year, you can put the 100-second film, certainly put that in to the contest, but also you can share with us a longer format film, you know, something that's 4 to 6 minutes long, something like that. And if it's good enough, we would be happy to feature it in the second half of the evening, which is our longer format film. So keep that in mind for next year. Next up, we want to give you a behind-the-scenes look at scouting the Northern California BDR, and this is brought to us by BDR's very own Ron West, the voice of the BDR. He's a member of our board of directors. He was also the route architect, one of the route architects for the Southern California route, and he's the main guy working on Northern California. And on this one, we actually had our newest OEM supporter join us for part of this. So the BDR has been lucky over the years. We've had support from industry in general, but we've had support from companies that manufacture motorcycles. So Honda, KTM, BMW over the years. And now our newest one is an electric motorcycle manufacturer, Zero Motorcycle. So let's take a look at Zero and Ron West in this next film.
Go Scouts of Northern California BDR. I'm Ron West. I currently serve on the board of directors for the Backcountry Discovery Routes, and I've had the good fortune of helping to scout not only the Southern California route, but now the upcoming Northern California route.
My name is Trevor Doniak, and I've been with Zero Motorcycles now for going on 13 years, and I had a big part in the development of the DSRX, which we're riding out here, and I'm excited for Ron to ride it today.
Well, I'm looking forward to riding the bike, but I obviously won't be able to ride it like Trevor.
I always love these two tracks with the grass strip down the middle. It just really makes you feel like you're riding something that not a lot of people ride.
Absolutely,
Super fun.
Yeah. Unbeaten path.
Yeah, makes you feel like you're in the backcountry.
Yeah!
Out here.
It's so smooth.
It's so smooth that it just...
Me and Ron were just saying it's like a magic carpet ride.
Yeah, it's kind of like almost ice skating, you know?
The Northern California Backcountry Discovery Route will be substantially different than the Southern route. First of all, no sand, and that was specific. And also, we're specifically designing this route so that it can be someone's first BDR. We have the Mid-Atlantic on the East Coast. That arguably is one of our easier backcountry discovery routes, and we wanted to kind of do the same thing on the West Coast to allow riders who are just starting their BDR riding career, if you will, to be able to have an opportunity to get out and ride their first BDR, and this route will be one of those. But at the same time, we also have scouted some really difficult advanced terrain, so that those of you who like those challenges, those will definitely be in the route as well.
I'm riding in off-road mode and standard ride mode, and man, it handles this so well. I mean, traction control is amazing. I hardly feel it. Woo!
Oh my God, Nathan, you have got to get on this bike. It is frigging amazing. No, it's amazing.
Well, Ron, this has been absolutely amazing. Tell me a little bit about what it takes to create one of these BDR routes.
About 3 years on average. Basically what we want to do is we want to create the route whenever possible to start and finish in a specific location, and then we just start filling in the dots in between. We want to make sure that we take into account all of the scenic wonders, maybe some historic aspects of the route. And then as you can see here in California, we have over 30,000 miles of dirt roads. Both of these roads go to the same location, but we want to pick the right one, the one that's the most scenic or has the most fun to it. Load them into the GPS here. And then also I have a phone app with Gaia, and Gaia is really helpful in determining whether or not we're going into a public or private land. Also, there's other resources that we have access to, both BLM and the Forest Service. This happens to be a motor vehicle use map. So this tells us, since we're on the National Forest, what roads we can legally travel on. And we want to make sure that the BDR routes stay on public roads so that they can remain open for, so they can stay open. Right behind this fence, and you are going to find a level 2 charging station in a little town that has no gas station.
All right, look at that. This is exactly what we need. This is the J1772, and this is the juice box. This is exactly what we use back at Zero. Free charging, can't beat that.
So the best part about scouting BDR in the fall, trailside coffee houses. I'm gonna get one. This route, we've actually scouted it over the years, a number of years, but particularly the last 3 summers, California has just been absolutely devastated with wildfire. We had to re-scout a lot of the stuff that we had ridden before just to make sure it still goes through. That's why we're so excited to have this collaboration with Zero, and it was great to be able to get on the bike and ride this amazingly capable adventure bike through the Northern California Backcountry Discovery Route.
Oh, that was good. I like that film. So California has been on our list for many years. We have created the SoCal BDR a few years ago and are excited to be completing the state of California with the release of the Northern California route in 2024. We had a number of challenges creating this route with fires, access issues. So we've really taken our time with this route, and I think people will be really happy about it.
Absolutely. And if we are to go back to California, we're going to have to raise a little bit more money so that we can carry out that final piece of California, the NorCal route. And tonight, if you want to help us out in that endeavor, you can enter to win the sweepstakes bike. If you donate at the $100 level, you will get this really cool specialty one-of-a-kind shirt that is designed by BDR's Tim James and his team. It is one of my favorite BDR shirts. You can only get it tonight by entering to win the sweepstakes and help us get this California route literally on the map.
Yep. So for the finale, we'd like to show you a film by John Putch. John's day job involves film production in Hollywood. He has also directed the PA Wilds BDRX documentary film that came out this year.
Yeah. John is really known for poking fun at the BDR team. That's how we came to know him, by seeing these funny videos on the internet, and they were tastefully, but they poked the BDR team, and it was really pretty fun. So that's how we got to know him, was just through his film. We became good fans of his over the years. And so let's watch his latest creation, which is Pardon My Backfire, a story of crashing the BDR fundraiser.
You know, I heard there's a secret entrance to the BDR fundraiser back here somewhere.
Well, do we need a secret password or something to get in?
No, I don't think so.
Damn!
Man, I hope we get in. I hear there's going to be a bunch of great food and some trails to ride.
I sure hope I get to meet Anna Thorne. How do we get through?
Try the doorbell.
Listen, once we get in, we need to steal some badges or something so it looks like we're part of the event.
Right, to keep Tim James off our backs.
There it is, the Unicoi Lodge.
We got one small problem. We didn't buy tickets.
That's okay. Stay right here, I got an idea.
Hey, Paul, thanks for inviting us to the fundraiser.
Yeah, sure thing.
Can I borrow a pen?
Here you go.
Thanks. See you later.
Rich, well, did he say I can meet Ina?
Yeah.
Hey, can I borrow that Sharpie? I was looking for one of those.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks. I got a surprise for Ina for our first date.
Relieve that itch with BDR Bond Body Powder with triple action relieve.
Dateline, May 2022. The BDR Fundraiser in the Appalachian Mountains of Georgia. Delicious meals are enjoyed by our beloved BDR supporters while being entertained by the BDR officers and staff. Look, it's Ina Thorne, the queen of the BDR. She welcomes our avid riders with a lengthy keynote presentation that leaves the attendees wanting much more. But don't head to your deluxe room too soon, or you'll miss Board President Tim James's presentation. There's BMW Wendy. She made her debut in the Wyoming BDR documentary film. The golden voice of Ron West was heard around the fundraiser. Ron has narrated many of the BDR films that you now can watch for free on the YouTube thingamajig. Let's talk with Tim James some more, but not before we sample these tasty desserts. Yummy! Look, it's that guy from Touratech, Paul Gillian. He was given a prestigious award, the best paperweight he's ever received. Is that Tim James talking again? You bet! When attending a BDR event, it's important to point at things on your bike. This helps riders know what the functions are on their motorcycles. I'm ready for a cocktail. How about you? Don't forget to ride right and respectfully and yield to animals. But not this kind of animal. Happy trails, and we hope to see you at the next BDR fundraiser. Until then, Viva the BDR!
Hi, Ina.
Hi.
Hey, I got some new ink. Check it out.
Dude, I'm way out of your league.
Rich, she's married. That's okay. I'm not. So here we are, famous Two Wheels Restaurant and Lodge. Got about 100 bikes behind us. Everybody's gonna, at the end of the ride day, chow down and have beer, having a great time.
Damn it!
Rich, what happened? I got this shirt on. I'm covered head to toe in drone spray.
Sorry, Ina wanted to fly the drone.
Today's program is sponsored by the long-lasting protection of Buzz-Off Drone Spray.
Hey, before we do this BDR, I think I need to call Ina Thorne.
You? Call Ina Thorne?
Yeah. Since she liked my tattoo so much, she said if I ever needed riding advice, I could call her.
She gave you her number?
No. But she gave me an 800 number, and she told me to punch in BDR pound asterisk 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 7.
Wonder what the 7's for.
You have reached the BDR anti-stalking line. If you're listening to this message, please go yourself.
Hologram Ina Thorne?
Hi, Ina. Listen, I wanted to ask you a few questions about my bike before we go on this BDR.
Rich, your bike is no good for the BDR. You totally need a new bike. I think I can help you.
Wow! A GS, finally! Now I don't have to hide from the MOA anymore.
That's right.
Hey, I wonder how the BDR can afford an on-call hologram.
Must be all those donations they collect.
Hey, look at me, ADV.
Idiots.
Wow, Putchy Baby and Richie, you guys really outdone yourself on this one. Wow. When you invited me to star in your movie, I didn't really know where you were going with that story, but it all makes sense now. Really, really well done. Hopefully my husband found it as funny as I did. I can't wait for the next one.
I think the next fundraiser, we should all pretend that we have crushes on Richie. He's my favorite. Richie is always just a great character in those films. And I have to say that working with John on this, I noticed a difference immediately. Like, he is full on Hollywood. He controls every variable, from the angle of the camera, the distance, what your facial expressions are supposed to be, what you're supposed to think, what you're supposed to look. It's really next level control. So it was really fascinating just from a filmmaking standpoint for us to see and work with a guy like that. It was really incredible. Not to mention their special effects, which I don't know how they even do that, but it's really fun to watch. So looking forward to seeing the next one.
Yeah, so glad they're part of the BDR family now. So reminder, I guess it's 6:00 already. All right, so maybe we give one more minute for people to place their final vote for their favorite film. And in the meantime, let's talk about why it's important to support BDR. BDR volunteers, our staff, our board have been working tirelessly for the last 12 years to create riding opportunities for the adventure motorcycle community. And we're counting on your support tonight. We want you to understand why it's important to support the BDR. Our organization relies on your generosity, the generosity of our community, because your contributions make it possible for our organization to manage all BDR routes with a dedicated staff and online resources. It helps us to continue to create and preserve riding opportunities for adventure riders, to work to keep riders safe in the backcountry with our Ride Right and Yield to Animals programs, and to keep riding areas open with our Ride Respectfully program.
Absolutely. And this year, BDR released a completely new concept. This was really cool. This year, we released the BDR X series, which are shorter BDR style routes, but these routes start and finish in the same place. So they loop. And we've already released the Red Desert, Wyoming BDRX and the PA Wilds BDRX, which is in Pennsylvania. So 2 are already out there. You can download the tracks and ride them. We're following that up with an additional BDRX route in Steens Mountains and in the Alvord Desert in Oregon, and another one in the Black Hills of South Dakota. The cool thing about the BDRXs are that the logistics are so much easier on this. When you start and finish in the same place, it makes it much easier. These routes are shorter, so they're just a couple of days rather than, a week plus. And it just makes it that much easier for people to get out there and have a BDR experience. So it made this type of riding much more accessible, and we were just really excited to have this new offering.
So to support our efforts, click the donate button on the festival page or go to Win Norden 901 to purchase your bike sweepstakes tickets and get the commemorative t-shirt. And don't forget, this offer expires tomorrow at noon. So now is the time to reveal the People's Choice winner.
That's Moto Photo Adventure.
All right, so the film with the most votes by the BDR community is by Moto Photo Adventures, and it's about their adventure on the Mid-Atlantic BDR. So they have won a $1,000 gift certificate for Revit gear. a TourAttack Aventuro Carbon 2 helmet, a set of Moto's tires, a bike-specific cruise tools kit for their adventure motorcycle. And I guess there's 3 guys there. Can Cruise Tools kick in a couple more sets for them?
Absolutely. Let's do it. Each one of them gets the Cruise Tools Road Tech kit of their choice. Based on whatever motorcycle they ride, we'll get them the Cruise Tools Road Tech kit to fit their motorcycle.
Okay. And I suppose BDR can also give 3 BDR Gold supporter packages for these guys.
She's giving away the store now, everybody. Giving away the store. Okay, let's talk about the runner-ups. So we had 3 different runner-up filmmakers tonight, and they will each take home their Community Choice runner-up prize package. That's a mouthful. So each of them wins a $100 gift card from Moto Camp Nerd, a set of Barkbuster handguards, a set of Double Take Adventure mirrors, and a Climb Moto backpack to carry it all in.
So we do want to take the time to thank our sponsors. Without our industry supporters, all this work would be not possible. So thank you so much to all the brands that are participating in these wonderful packages for our winners.
It takes a village.
All right, so we're almost done with our festival. But before we reveal what you can look forward to on the upcoming Oregon BDR, we have an announcement to make.
We do?
We do.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah, so the long-awaited BDR online store is finally open for business.
I don't believe it.
It only took about, 10 years for us to open that store. By the way, nice shirt, Paul.
Thank you. I got it on ridebdr.com.
/store.
/store. Yeah. Hey, you look thirsty, Ina.
Yeah.
You look like you could use a cold one.
Oh, thanks.
Tell us about this glass.
Yeah, so this
another
is
Tim James design, is it?
No, actually, this is design of yours truly.
What?
Robert and I made this design, so
nice.
I think it's almost as good as.
Cheers to you and Robert.
Yeah.
I'm glad that Tim's letting you guys design something finally.
Thank you. So nice glasses you can
Really
get
cool.
in the store.
So what else can you get in the store?
Well, there's some great BDR branded products. Not bad. So great BDR branded products for everybody.
How about hats? Do you guys have any hats on the website?
Maybe. Thanks, Paul. He was supposed to wear the hat. Okay. Do I look okay?
You look great.
All right.
I think you look better.
Better
with a BDR hat. I think that the message here is that everybody's going to look better with a BDR hat on. So go to ridebdr.com/store and spend your next paycheck.
Yeah, so there's some great branded items there right now that everybody can use, but we are going to be adding even more exciting items to the store in the coming weeks and through the year. So check back often and soon. Go to ridebdr.com/store and see what you think.
I hope you guys ordered enough beer glasses because I think these things are going to be a big hit. Okay, so for those of you who, thanks for tuning in tonight. We've got an exclusive sneak peek of the Oregon BDR. This route comes out in February of 2023. This is an exclusive. You can only see it here tonight on the live broadcast. So, is there anything else we need to say on this before we take it away?
Yeah, I guess before we watch the teaser, I want to mention that select additional films that we didn't have time to watch tonight will be featured on this film festival page, right? BDR.com/100, and on our social media channels in the next few weeks. The film festival will also be back next year, so start thinking about creating your film for the next film festival. We're grateful to all of you who have donated tonight and supported the BDR over the years. We look forward to continuing to serve you more BDR routes to ride for years to come. So enjoy the sneak peek of the Oregon BDR. Thank you and good night.
And just big thanks to the control room who's been tirelessly working the keyboards in the background to make this possible. Thanks, guys. And enjoy the Oregon film.